chat only for us?
Yeah,
What's
there's
up,
like a private chat.
Okay.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Caucus Challenge Unfinished Business Recaps. We are going to be recapping episode 2 tonight, and we have some guests with us. We have rookies Andre and May. What's up, guys? How are you tonight?
Good.
Tired, but good.
Of course, yeah, it's a Monday. Mondays are the worst. And then we've got veterans Big X and Koa with us tonight. What's up, guys? How are you?
Woo woo!
What's up? I'm doing amazing.
I'm feeling warm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Koa, put the bottle down. We haven't even started.
Yeah, go ahead and put it down for all of us.
All right, guys. So we're gonna hop straight into this recap. This episode was spicy, and we left off with a cliffhanger. I know there's been a lot of questions in my DMs, in the group chats, and we're going to try to answer as much as we can tonight. I'm going to start this recap off by making a PSA because this is one question that I keep getting asked on the YouTube and my DMs, and if I get asked one more time, I think I might lose my mind. We are no longer, Dre Media is no longer associated with Jay. You guys will figure out what happens. It plays out. There will be a PSA in the episode. Just let it rock. That's why she's invisible, because we don't associate with her.
In the purple Kelly edit.
And that's the last time I'm going to talk about her until further notice. Okay. So, like I said, this episode has a lot of drama, a lot of rumors, a lot of tension, and things are getting really heated in there. So we start the episode with Kevin announcing that there's a next daily, and it's a double elimination. This daily is called Trisect the Code, and players have to memorize 9 symbols, race down a trail, and then memorize, associate what letter of the alphabet goes with that symbol, and then decode a word. How did you guys feel about that challenge, and how long was that path? Was it longer? Was there more running than we saw? Let's start with May.
Well, I hated it because I can't do cardio. Like, if it was just a puzzle, that would have been great. But I've also never heard the word revenant before in my life, like before that day. This was like the word of the day. It was a new word for me. Huh?
Isn't there a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
If there is, I've never seen it. I don't know her. I wasn't thinking of her. But no, I think from what I saw in the episode, I don't know if it pulls out. The alphabet was repeated, and I thought, from my puzzle point of view, I thought that was really cool because it made it another level of difficulty for puzzle solvers. I just didn't want to do the running back and forth. Yeah.
Okay. Big X.
I liked it at first. I was running back and forth, and I was like, "Oh, yo, I actually got this." I went 3 at a time. And I thought I got it. I thought my first word, I guess, was reimburse. I don't know how I got that, but it definitely was a wake up call to me that maybe I should start, actually paying attention and not just thinking I know everything. So, yeah.
Andre, what was your strategy during this daily? I saw you were helping some of the vets. You were trying to figure it out yourself. What was the strategy and what was the end goal?
For me, I don't know. I suck at spelling. I'm good with puzzles, and the triangle part and the running part were the easiest part. It's just spelling. I can't spell to save my life. And so when I was trying to do was just trying to get 3 or 4 at a time, and clearly that was too much for my head because I was getting wrong letters. I got a D, I got a J at one point, and it was just I didn't really have a strategy going into it because I knew I was not going to win it because of my spelling skills. Other than that, I just wanted to really just push myself.
Gotcha. Koa, what was your strategy? How did you feel about this daily, and did you want to win?
I mean, obviously, y'all asses saw my strategy. I wasn't running shit. I don't know how long that motherfucking path was. I know my ass was going to run to a little dot and just start guessing as many motherfucking words as I could. It was Xavier was going to do the same thing. And we actually talked about it because I told him my strategy, and he goes, actually, here are the word. He's like, I was going to do the same thing. Here are the words I was going to guess. See if those are the words as well. So I was like, okay. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
Yeah, and so I just sat there and I started guessing, and I'm like, you know what? All right, my fat ass will do a light little jog because I mean I ain't running. I mean you got Bigfoot, you got fucking twinks to the left, twinks to the right, like these motherfuckers who run just for fun. The last time I ran was after a fucking ice cream truck over summer because I was in the middle of a nap. I don't do running.
I also chased down an ice cream truck.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So my strategy was like, okay, and for me, I'm dyslexic. Like words and numbers don't make sense to me. Like I flip-flop words all the time. I get my E's mixed up with C's. Like just the way my brain processes things is I can read. I'm not Leah Michelle. I can actually read, but like there's a lot of words that I have trouble spelling because I don't know exactly what like letter goes where. So I knew I was going to have trouble with this. For me, I was trying to do muscle memory, so I was trying to make up a little like yoga pose dance out of the letters. So when my ass did do the light jog down there, I could at least get some. And so I was trying to help Cam, I was trying to help Zay, I was trying to help X, because I didn't want to win that shit. Like, I feel like I'm somebody who constantly gets underestimated, especially in caucus. For some reason, I can't get over the hump that I'm like the wall. I can't get over this wall that I keep hitting in caucus. I play like other games where I do better. Like I make it far. So I'm like, what am I missing right now? So I was getting very frustrated that this was one I was like, fuck. Because I studied puzzles and I was like, okay, maybe give me a good, cute little puzzle, you know?
You are muted, my guy.
You are muted, sister.
Thank you, guys.
There you
So it seems like everybody wasn't that big of a fan of the challenge. It was, in my opinion, I think it was a cool challenge, but it definitely was difficult. The running, the double, the alphabet, the heat. But we end up getting Rhea and Jared as our winners. And for the first time, you guys are watching the unit segment for the first time live. No one but them two knew what went down in there. What are your opinions, the comments? Jared was calling May the win. Andre a snake. Told Rhea that Big X, you apparently said Rhea was gonna
manipulate Jared, even though I didn't know Rhea was a winner at the time. Even when we were inside, we didn't know what the women's heat like.
We'll get to that. We'll get there. We'll get there. Koa, he said you were part of this 6 with these two guys on the screen as well with you. So what are your opinions on this unit segment? Is there anything shocking to you watching it back? Did you have any clue, like, where do you guys stand and how do you feel about that segment as of right now? We'll start with Andre.
I think for me, it was weird to watch back because I felt okay with Jared winning because we were rookies. And I thought at least I know like probably one of the rookies would be chosen on both genders, but I didn't think it was going to be me because I had a good rapport with him going into the game and the night before. With Rhea, I was trying to clue her in that like I was willing to work with her no matter if she would have nominated me or not. So watching it back, it seemed like Jared really was taking control of that unit segment when it came to like trying to put his foot down against Rhea. And it was kind of weird because Rhea just like sort of kind of like allowed it in a way. No shame to Rhea, love her, but I was like, well, stand your ground. But I knew it was going to affect me, but it was just like a weird calling me a snake when I was nothing but supportive to him was also weird. Calling May the wind when she was cheering him on during the elimination and everything. I don't know. It was very weird gameplay, and I don't particularly agree that honestly any four of us should have been up on that wall.
May, how do you feel about it? You were mentioned that you were the win. I know you and Andre specifically were excited for Jared to win, and now he's in there literally not giving two craps about you guys, basically putting you guys up for slaughter. So how do you feel?
Yeah, it's giving straight man with my history with them. But also, what does the wind mean? Am I just old?
I think it means, from what I feel, like a flip-flopper. Like, you just go wherever the power is, which, again, no shade towards Jared, but Andre and May had no power.
Yeah.
And we're not flip-flopping.
Literally.
So, quite literally, they were not going with the win. They had no choice but to compete.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
We were like kites in the wind. We were being dragged by the wind. The wind was dragging us.
No, literally.
So, if it was meant to be an insult, I didn't understand it. So, I mean, that was a thing. Also, I'm the one that was telling Jared multiple times not to get manipulated by Rhea. Like, that was me. So I don't know why he blamed you, X. I was like, she's gonna go in there and she's gonna tell you to put all rookies in there. Like, she is not gonna budge, and like, you need to stand for us rookies. And Anna, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the mistake that we made is, we were the only rookies that went in like completely convinced that we were like, all right, rookie strong, we got this, we gotta go. And every other one of the rookies had like a vet that they were like super glued to. Like T had it.
Yeah, I think that's what eventually happened, because I was the first person to talk to him after he won. And I said, listen, this is a chance to make a big move. Like, come on, like, this is double elimination. Like, I would understand if it was just one person leaving, but potentially two vets leaving. Like, come on, like, this is something that you can stand your ground on, make your mark and such. And I just don't think that the other rookies had that same mentality, which also, not the biggest fan of, because it's just like, if we are, I know you guys are protected, but at some point you guys might not be protected unless you are with the rookies. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, for me, it's like, I also felt that I was good with Jared. Like, the reason I had so much like faith and trust in him, besides him being a rookie, is that like, we just came out of elimination together. Like, I was rooting I personally know Bryce and have known Bryce longer than Jared, but I was under the disillusionment that I was working with him, so I was rooting for him in that elimination. So all of those things leading up to there, I was just like, all right, perfect. I don't have to worry. He's going to stand his ground. Like, this is going to be great. And then I think the thing that, this might be jumping ahead a little bit, Dre, so cut me off if you don't want me to go here. But like, talking to him after the nominations were revealed and him just standing there like, yeah. Yeah. And then watching X and Andre come up to him and start to talk to him again, and him actually having a conversation with the men and not having a conversation with me kind of pissed me off a little bit more than I actually was in the moment there. Like, why can't you have a conversation with me, but you can have a conversation with the men?
Yeah.
Interesting take. So, X,
hi.
What's your opinion on that unit segment?
Yeah, so I just think it's very funny how I'm gonna piggyback off of what May said. The only time he had balls this whole episode is when he was in that unit. The only time he had balls was when he was in that unit with Rhea. The fucking nerve that he had, that after Rhea said, I feel good vibes about X. She said straight up, I feel good vibes about X. He said, oh yeah, reached over the table, grabbed my paddle, put it on the wall, and was like, well, he said that you were gonna manipulate me. Bitch, please. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Say Jardin. Jardin, please.
Jardin, please. Like, it just, like, he had balls in that moment. I don't know where they went. They must have evaporated after he went upstairs. But other than that, his main thing was that it was King Cam and Zay was Cam's apprentice. You don't want to put up Cam? Okay, fine. I maybe. I personally won't go in confessionals and I won't go around people and be like, oh, I'm gonna take off the head honcho. I'm here to make history. Like, I'm such a super fan of the show. I'll do whatever it takes. And then the second you call someone out, all of a sudden you nominate 3 people who like you didn't say before. So you know what? Maybe Cam I understand, but he had the opportunity to put up Zay, which Zay's quote unquote his apprentice, Cam's apprentice. So why didn't you nominate Zay? It's giving pussy. And I bet he didn't think that all of us were going to be mad as we did, but you know, I guess we saw how that played out. So yeah, that was my thoughts.
I'm going to say, I do think that if it was, for example, let's just say if May was in there, I think Cam would have been nominated. He wanted Cam. As someone who was there behind the scenes, he was really pushing for Cam. Obviously, you guys only see a quick minute of it. He was pushing for Cam. Rhea was not going to let that happen. She even said it in the episode.
Which is fine.
As for Zay, hold on. As for Zay as well, I don't know if you guys remember, they just did the daily before, them 3. Zay was off the table. Even if he was Cam's right-hand minion, whatever, they were not going to target Zay when they just almost won the last daily with him. On top of both of them, I don't know if I put it in the episode, but they were talking about how he's there fighting. They know what he's fighting for. His mom, they got to bond with him the last round. They were not going to touch Zay. So do I agree with you guys being nominated, especially Andre and May? No. But Rhea was not going to let that happen. And he was clearly not going to risk his game for anybody. The only thing I will say that I really do think was like, I don't want to say, I guess pussy, whatever you want to say, is him telling Rhea like, I'll take the chaos, like it's gonna be chaos.
Oh my god,
chaos all fucking right.
And then was too stunned to speak. Like I was filming and I was like, are you gonna like, is anyone gonna talk? Like the meme of Jason, is anyone gonna talk?
Is anyone gonna talk?
Literally, like I could hear every bug in the forest. I could hear when May was first talking to him, there was nothing. So that's that with the segment. But I do think that if there was a different woman in position, Cam would have definitely been, at least Cam, not Zay, but Cam for sure. Koa, how did you feel about the segment? Not reacting to it, but the segment. Was there anything that you watched and were like,
track a little bit, like during the first episode. So during the first episode, that first challenge where we had to run and grab the balls, Jared and I had a little bit of a conversation. He was like, I got your back. Let me show you some loyalty, whatever. If I get a ball, I'll let you tackle me and you can take the ball. And I was like, okay, that's whatever. Sure. Let's fucking go with that. So when I was down on the floor and I had the ball in front of me, Jared's looking right, like is standing right in front of me, looking at me like, hand me the ball. And I'm over there looking at you like, no, motherfucker, I'm not giving you the fucking ball. Meanwhile, Zay's over here playing with some fucking grass, braiding the fucking hair of some flowers. And I'm like, stand up, motherfucker. Like, I'm trying to give you the fucking ball. And Zay's over here counting 1 daisy, 2 daisy. I'm like, stand the fuck up. So finally, when Zay like stood up, finally, and I handed him the fucking ball and he takes off running, Jared didn't really like that. He was like, oh, I thought you said, I told you should have handed me the ball. You should have handed me the ball. You could have like trusted me. I was like, but I still don't know you. So like, so then when it came around to seeing that, he said there were 6 of us, correct? Like, if I'm not mistaken, so it was X, me, Andre, Cam, Zay, and Amir.
Rookie Xavier.
Oh, Rookie Xavier. So it's like,
at one point he even said Nate, but I don't know.
Yo, he was mixing and matching every fucking name. He just wanted a problem. He wanted a problem, I swear.
That's what I am saying. Like, it's just, for me, it's just frustrating because if you really take a step back and think about it, like half of those guys that you just said were all on season 17. What makes you think there wouldn't be a season 17 alliance where your little best friend who's licking your fucking ass clean, Steven, is part of? Love you,
Xavier, rookie,
I'm not
rookie Xavier said, I'm not part of Cam's minions.
You.
So
That's
okay,
tea.
so let's fast forward a little bit. You guys come downstairs. You see the nominations. May X. You guys are livid. You flip the paddle off the board. You go and try and hide from the cameras. Andre and Koa, you're pretty composed at first. Let's start with the order of the addressment with Jared. So May, you immediately go upstairs and you're like, no, fuck this. He has explaining to do.
Period.
Why were you so angry with him? Or like what escalated it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what I said. Like, I felt like we were connected because we were rookies. We had just won the last elimination together. We had that conversation to choose the next, like, elimination type, which he basically let me take control of and choose, which was great because then I didn't have to do endurance. But like, we had all these things coming for us. I was in the disillusionment that we were like rookie strong or like rookies working with rookies. And he told me before, because we got some time, it wasn't shown in the episode, but we got to like 10 minutes to like have one-on-ones with each of them. And I went up to him and I was like, hey, like, you got me right? He's like, yes, absolutely. I was like, Ria's really gonna like push for me. Like, she's gonna push for me. I know she wants me up there, but you have me, right? And he's like, yes, absolutely. I was like, you can't let her like control and you can't let her take this over because she's gonna try and do that. He's like, no, I have you, I promise. Like, he told me to my face 3 times. I like double checked it. And I was like, are you sure you're not going to do this? Are you positive you're not going to do this? And 3 times to my face, like, confirmed to me that he would stand up and like stand for it. So I was like, there's no way that I misconstrued this conversation. Like, there's no way I misconstrued this because I asked you 3 times. And honestly, to this day, I would love to actually get an answer from Jared because, like, I mean, you guys saw in the episode, it was
Don't
just
hold
me
your
talking
breath.
to a brick wall. You know, like, I would love to hear his actual thoughts because even so, I was like, I told you she was going to control it. And his answer was, yeah, she was in there. She wasn't, before I cut him off again, because I honestly, in the moment, did not care because I was seeing red. But you see that that wasn't the case in the
Right.
deliberation anyway. It was him going for it. And she was just like, yep, sure. So he's even throwing Rhea under the bus to me. So it's, I don't know. I would love to know what his thoughts were, even if like I don't agree with them, which I obviously don't. I just wish he would have that conversation with me. And then I got very angry and I ran off into the woods and just, had some me time for about 15 minutes.
No, literally, May actually went for that trail that she didn't want to run to do the daily. She went and ran it after.
Further. Yeah. I went further down the trail, found a nice little spot.
Big X, you have a moment, the cameras follow you, and you say, I'm not mad, I'm not freaking out because I'm not going in. You have this secret advantage, you're gonna pull yourself off. At this point, no one knows that. But you do say he's gonna hear it. And you go up to him, confront him, and you basically are like, what the fuck? And he gives you his side. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, number one, I want to address Jay West's comment because yes, I do have the chat open next to me. He said, I think the only person who had a correct crash out was May and Audrey. First of all, that's people, not person. I crashed out.
Under it.
What happened?
Check the comment.
Sorry, I didn't check that. I crashed out because first of all, I reached out to Jared before the game. And his number one thing was like, oh, I see you working with Steven in season 18. Like, I want to have you as an ally. And I was like, well, just stay tuned and hit me up because eventually I turned on Steven. And me and him have a conversation like when the episode drops and he's like, haha, like no hard feelings, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, he said no hard feelings. Like, I feel like, and he's not playing the season. So like, why is he taking it personal if I betray Steven? So, I have a conversation with him day one, the start of day one, and we're conversating. And he's like, "Yeah, I really do want you as an ally. Like, I think you're strong. I think you're underestimated." I'm like, "Thank you. Like, that means a lot." And he just keeps on coming to me like after the first round, after the second round, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel like I'm in it with people. Like I just I need an ally. And I'm like, okay, like I'll look out for you. So fast forward, he wins. Um, I go up to him and I'm talking to him in our little one-on-one, and I go, listen, like I'm not gonna lie, you're probably gonna have to do vets. And I was like, I'm looking out for you, and I was looking out for you, and I told you I'm gonna look out for you, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like your best bet is to do a vet. And he was like, "Oh, thank you, X." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go up to him. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And so when I'm saying, like I put all the information on the table, I did. I told him that there was a vet alliance, and there is no chance in hell that he is not going to be saved if a vet was in power. And I told him that. And so that really bothered me. But what made me just start popping off was when he looked at me, because I'm still wondering why I'm getting nominated. And he's like, "Oh well, last season," and I cut him off right there. And I was like, "Were you on last season?" And he's like, "No, but," and I was like, "Okay, that sounded like basically you volunteered yourself to be an option." Jay West, stick to player perspectives. I just when he said like it's because of what you did to Steven last season, I was like, really? Like you're dick sucking that hard? Grow a pair. Grow a pair. Because clearly you had a pair when you were in front of Rhea, when you was grabbing paddles and calling people the wind and saying someone's the king, someone's the apprentice, blah blah blah, this and that. But when I'm in front of your face, you're like, "Oh well, it's because you betrayed Steven." Okay, get the fuck out of my face. And so I walked away. And before I did, I looked at the camera and said, he's just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing on Steven's dick. Sadly, that didn't make the cut, but I wish it did.
So, Koa, you're no, actually, sorry, hold up. What about me?
What about me?
Wait, what about me?
The viral meme of Andre asking, I told Andre before the episode came out, I said, there's this clip of you. And it just reminds me of, that meme where it's like the kid in the middle of the night goes in his parents' room and is like, "Mom, I'm sick," or like, "I threw up," whatever.
I threw up.
That's literally what it reminds me of every time, like a child just being like, "Mom, I threw up." So you come out there and you hear the chaos going on and you're like, "Well, what about me?" Tell me about you and Jared's conversation and watching it back.
Watching it back, I still don't know what fully was going through that man's head. I just wanted very clear reasonings as to why I was up, because at that point I knew I was probably gonna go in because there's two vets. I'm a rookie. I'm not well connected. I just want one good reasoning, and then I'll just lock in so that I can go into this elimination. He didn't give that to me because he couldn't come up with a good reason as to why I was nominated against these two gentlemen here. So at that point, I was just like baffled that he made a decision that miscalculated. Because if you say you're going to take the heat, okay, and then you immediately throw Rhea under the bus as your reasoning as to why May is up, as to why X is up as well. It's just like, that makes no sense to anyone. And I don't think it made sense in his mind either. So to me, I was just like, okay, give me a good reason. You good? You can't give me a good reason, so I'm just gonna like walk away from this at this point, and that's what I did. And then we head downstairs, and some more chaos ensues.
Right. Koa, so then you finally come outside. At this point, Rhea's there. You're talking calmly. You're asking. My question to you is, did you say Jared's name? And right now, do you know who told Jared that you said his name? Did you say it? What are you spectating right now?
So okay, let's rewind something.
Sorry.
Let's rewind it back a little bit. Okay. Episode 1, when May got nominated, immediately when her name was up on that paddle, because she had the advantage, she took her name immediately off. So when X and Andre did not pull their name, I assumed neither of them had the paddle. Because at what point are they going to use do they have to use their advantage? Do they have to use their advantage the moment they see their name? Do they wait until all the way to the end to see what elimination it is? So I was under the assumption that neither of them had the advantage. I knew my social game could have gotten me taken off of that wall because immediately when Big X started spiraling, I was like, no, that's not the right move because there's still a social game to be played. There's still a way for me to get off of this fucking wall. So I am going to be the most cool, calm, and collected I am. I am not going to spiral. I'm not going to confront anybody like I normally would because there's a chance for these people to take me off. So I immediately go into social mode and I start talking to everybody. I'm like, fuck all the drama. I'll address that shit like later. I'm talking to Rachel. I'm talking to T. I'm talking to Paddock. I'm talking to all the girls. I'm talking to Zay. I'm talking to Xavier. Anyone who is down there can tell you, Steven, Amir, I'm talking to everybody. Hey, like, what you call it? And people were like, you know, like, do you know whose name you're going to say take down? Do you know, like, what male you will vote for? Like, is there anything I can do so that you can say my name?
Oh, that's Will. I was like, who's Will?
I was campaigning. I was campaigning hard for my name, and I was getting the people who were saying that, and they're like, just stay cool, calm, and collected. People were already saying, oh, I don't like the way, Xavier was reacting. Respectfully, Andre, no one was going to save you, baby. I'm so sorry.
And that's completely fine.
You were down with that Titanic, girl. Call you Jack because you were down.
So wait. So my question, Koa, before we continue, because we're gonna have more of this conversation. Did you say Jared's name, and who did you say Jared's name to?
I told 5 people. The only person I really ever said Jared's name to. There was 5 people in the alliance, the Bodegas Alliance. That was the only name that I pitched to. So let's do a little process of elimination, shall we? 5 people. Okay. Zay isn't going to say Jared. Isn't going to tell Jared. Cam isn't going to say Jared. Me and Amir just played Murder Mystery. Amir wasn't going to tell Jared that I was saying his name. 2, there was somebody else who was having a long-ass conversation in that corner, which is Steven, which means I'm not going to say my own fucking name to Jared. So that means Steven, who is having a long-ass fucking conversation in the corner with Bigfoot, was where my brain was at. Like, once I took a step back. Now, mind you, after the fact, me and Steven had that conversation, and Steven said it was never him, but I immediately went to Jared, and I said, all right, like, what is it? He said, did you say my name? And I said, no. I said, I didn't. He was like, okay. I was like, but can you tell me who's saying that and who's lying on my name? And he tells me, I don't really remember. Like, I don't know. And I was like, no, like, tell me. He goes, I will tell you after your elimination. Whether you win or whether you lose, I will tell you who said your name after your elimination. So get your head in the game, and I'll tell you after. And best believe, whether I win or whether I lose, I am going up to that motherfucker and I'm asking him who told you that. And you guys will see the fallout of that.
Okay. So we move on from that, but actually we don't. There's a bunch of drama going on before the nominations. Steven and Big X get into it. Then Andre tells Cam and the vets that Jared said there was a 6, so they go and confront him. We end up seeing what else ended up happening? Oh, the rookies are eating this shit up. Lachey and Xavier are dying from this and literally watching you guys crumble. And then we fast forward a little bit to the nominations, and Rhea mixed up Ashley and Rachel, which I thought was fucking crazy. But neither of them are here to speak on that, so we're just going to talk over it. Before we move on to the elimination nominations, Jay West wants to know if you guys won, who would you have nominated? So off the top of your head, who would have been your nominees? We'll start with May.
Depending, I mean, if I had like complete control, there were only two names in my mind that I wanted to nom, and that was Jordan and Rhea, because they were clearly the ones that were coming after me the hardest, in my opinion. And I'm not going to back down because they're strong women or because they're vets. I would have 100% put their names up there.
Okay. Big X.
I would have done Steven, I would have done Culp, and I would have done, I don't know the third guy I would put up, but Steven and Culp.
Okay. Andre.
I mean, in my mind, any one of them could have gone up. I would, but if I had to choose three at that time, probably Nate, because I didn't have a single conversation with him before like any of the game.
That would have been my third, Nate.
Nate, probably. Oh my god, I really don't know the other two. I just knew that Nate was going to be a nominee for me because I just didn't have a conversation. No hate to him. That's who really I would have to wait to see who the female winner was at that point.
Okay. And Koa.
We're talking about guys, right? The guys that would have nominated.
I mean, any target you had at this point.
I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and act like shit ain't sweet. So it would have honestly been Andre. It would have been Jared, and probably Parker with the pitch of bringing Parker down. Because I am somebody who, again, when I play these stupid ass games, I'm fucking loyal. Like, I'm loyal to those who I'm saying I'm loyal to. So I was loyal to the vets. I was loyal to the bullshit ass Bodega Alliance. I was loyal to majority of the guys, like the 17 boys. So to Xavier. So I was like, there's just, yeah, like no tea, no shade, but those are the people I would have honestly threw in.
May.
I have a question. Question about Parker. Did he actually have a social game, or was he just dating Lachey?
I'm not answering.
My wig, where's my wig? Because it's not here.
Wait, no, like that's a serious question. Because
I think
that does make sense.
But Parker also is like a well-known person in the LRG community.
No, he's charming. He's charming. I think.
Oh no,
he had relationships coming into it, anyways. Whether or not it was dating Lachey or not,
I didn't know they were dating. To be honest with you,
I don't think they were even officially dating until after this started. So
the reason I asked that and to defend my question was because from the first episode, it was Parker being like, "Hey, I have a really good social game," but then the shot that was shown was Lachey being like, "We need to keep Parker out of this." So that's why I was like, "Is it Parker doing the work, or is it Lachey like protecting?"
Me personally, like that little Southern accent, that little sweet innocentness. Parker could have told me to get on all fours and bark.
No, I'm the lawyer. No more questions. Great, let's move on.
Okay. All right.
So wait, I personally want to say, as the host, as someone who watched it and edited it, I think it was a mixture of both. I think that Lachey had that Cooking of Cousins alliance, which protected him and was able to put him as the pawn. But I do think, I think without spoiling anything, that we will see that out of the rookie men, Parker is the most likable.
Oh,
I think to the vet. I think the vets liked Parker. Even if Lachey wasn't in the picture, I think they would have gravitated towards Parker because Bryce is gone, right? Jared is a threat. Most of them want him out. Tori is going to be a threat. He's right now under the radar because he has the Cooking Cousins. Andre is target number one. And who else?
I don't know why.
Parker's not being even looked at. So I think Parker, regardless, out of the rookie. Oh, and then Xavier. And Xavier's now with Zay and being protected by him. So I think Xavier and Parker, with their relationships with in the house and because of their personalities and how sociable they are, I think they were set regardless. And I don't think, no disrespect to Xavier or Parker, if you look at them, I don't think you see them and think they're a threat. They need to go. So they're just two rookie guys that we can keep here until it's us versus them, in my opinion. That's what I think the Mets are thinking.
Can I just say something? There are people you meet in life that right when you meet them, there's a certain charm, there's a certain warmth about them that just gravitates you to them. And if you've ever met Parker, he is 100% that. Like, when you think that good all-American Southern boy, just sweet, charming. I'm just saying. Let me say what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's the kind of energy Parker gives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't, like, I can't see Parker
back. So another straight white male.
No, I get what you're saying.
We're not putting him in that category because he is not.
He is in that category, though. Let's be real.
He's like the cute, sweet farmer. That
we're gonna move on. Finish it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap that. I'm just gonna wrap that up. I see what you're saying, and I agree with you. Parker and I go way back from like with my first season of Real Foot to like helping on production. Like, he does exude that personality, but from like watching the episode, I wasn't sure like what strategic moves he made socially. And what you guys said completely makes sense. It's just his personality. It wasn't anything really like a strategic move. It was just him being himself. So.
Gotcha. Zay said Lachey's gonna get you, Koa. You better watch out.
I feel like Lachey's gonna come for me. I meant nothing by it, girl. I just meant you were defending.
So now we get to the nominations, and so Rhea ends up convincing majority of the vets to pull down Ashley instead of Madison. So the truce, in my opinion, is officially off. The veteran truce is off. A vet is down there, and Big X pulls out his advantage, flips off Jared, and says, "Fuck you, I'm not going in." And Andre and Koa are automatically sent into this elimination. Big X, why didn't you tell anybody about that advantage? And as of right now, do you think you played it correctly?
I do think I played it correctly. I was always gonna use it, especially when I found out it was a double. So that's why actually no. I was gonna say that's why I popped off as much as I did, but like, I'd be popping off. I'd be doing more for less. So I'm like that had nothing to do with it. I was always gonna use it. I do want, now that I do have the floor, I want to address because I think what Koa said with like how a bunch of people were rubbed the wrong way with like how I feel. I just want to say this now with whoever's watching and whoever's going to watch this back. I do not owe anybody anything. I feel like I am entitled. If I want to crash out about one burn vote, I'm going to do that. And that's just how I feel. That's my feelings. And if I wanted to crash out about Jared nominating me, whether he had the right to do so or not, I'm going to do it. I'm always going to stay true to my feelings, and I'm always going to express how I feel. So I am not going to apologize for popping off on Jared. I think he deserved it. And I think even if he didn't deserve it, if I felt like I need to pop off in the moment, I'm going to pop off. I didn't get personal. I didn't do none of that. I was strictly frustrated, and I expressed my frustration. So with that being said, after that, I just calmed down. I went back to my spot in line. I used the advantage. Now it's gone. And if anything, I feel like it helped me a lot, especially popping off. I feel like popping off helped me a lot because a lot of people would come up to me and be like, okay, like X feels this way now. Like, we know where X is. Like, I'm not laying low, and I'm not like, oh, hiding my feelings. No, everybody knows how I feel. Everybody knows who I'm targeting now. So the people who know I'm targeting Jared, if they weren't clear about my relationship with them, at least now they know I'm targeting Jared. So yeah.
I just want to say, just to piggyback off of you, I want to say to everybody that expressed their emotions this episode, your feelings are very valid, and I just want to say, as a producer, that's what you guys are there for. Like, let's not forget you're also making TV. Like, if you're not gonna care that you're going into every elimination and being at the bottom of the barrel, then respectfully go join like a soccer team or a basketball team. Like, we're not gonna say, like, why would you want to be nominated? Why would you not? To me, I'm sorry. I give you guys credit. I think you guys literally made the episode, and I respect it. As long as you guys keep it game and know when to draw the line, you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. Like, it's hot. You're that you obviously committed your weekend to being there, and you're making TV. Like, if you want to be a couch, go on a different show. Like, respectfully. So I just want to update you guys, and I just want to say, if I'm in that position, bitch, I'm going off too. So
yeah. For Jay, hold on, Koa. For Jay West saying, I'm thriving in a house with baby X. He's easy to get mad. I'm easy to get mad, but I'm also very easy to get you eliminated. So if you want to try it in the future, just let me know. Thank you.
Cole, what's up?
Okay, can I say, like, my personal feelings about the advantage?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
And I will say this. I will say this. Round 1 and round 2, when both advantages were played, I feel like if a player has an advantage, that should only like help them. That shouldn't automatically disadvantage the other two players, when especially like,
I get what you're saying.
for example, when May took her name off, they should have had to renom a female right then and there, especially when you are allowing players to rely on their social game to be taken off of the wall. When Xavier took his name off, they should have automatically renommed a boy, so that way you still have your social game that you can rely on. Because had I got taken off that wall, like, you can be taken off that wall, you can be put on that wall every single time. But if you have the social capital to get taken off, like, an advantage should only advantage one person and not automatically disadvantage the other two. The reason I was so fucking calm and I was saying, oh yeah, guys, remember this is a game, like, we're here to have fun, is because I was still trying to be that cool, calm, elected person for everybody to see, so that they can take me off of that fucking wall, and so that, like, so exactly. Social capital works with whoever you're standing with, like, against nominations, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I get it. That's one person, but if the entire house wants you off that wall, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. That's why when he does take himself off and we're standing out there, look at my face. I'm gagged. I haven't been that gagged since I first learned how to.
No.
Like,
Well, okay. I want to say, I just because we still have a little bit more to talk about, so I just want to rebuttal with you, and say I completely get what you're saying, but on the other hand, if, for example, when May did her the first round, when she played her advantage, she was not that she had to wait till the field, but we didn't think she was just gonna walk down there and be like, psych, no, bye. Like, she was supposed to do exactly what Xavier did and waited for the elimination votes to, like, start. On top of that, there's no way, I don't think there's any way. Correct. Like, obviously, I get what you're saying, Koa, but I think regardless, the advantage is gonna not only help or disadvantage multiple people. Because, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but if Xavier and May pull themselves down and they now have to immediately renom someone else, you're saying that it should only help one person, but now the unit is fucked because they have to nominate another person, and then the cast is in general screwed because they survived the nominations. They weren't even supposed to
great TV,
100%. But now let's just say I'm now going up in Xavier's spot because, like, he took himself down, and then the way that your cast was playing, the way the cast is playing at this point, I feel like if a renom happened, that renom is automatically going to be taken down because they didn't even have the opportunity to campaign. Like, it just didn't matter. Like, in my opinion,
that makes sense.
Also, wait, just one question, Koa. Do you honestly, truly think you would have been saved over Big X if he didn't have that advantage?
Yes.
Now, do you think you would have been saved because if I didn't have the advantage, remember, instead of crashing out, I would have been going to people and I would have been talking to my people. So do you really think you would have been saved over me?
Yes. I think it would have been a close I think it would have been a close.
I wanna remind you that the Bodega Alliance is not real.
Okay. I generally think that it would have been close.
I think it would have been close if the rookies did their big one, because respectfully, X, I would have sent you in if I was a rookie. I would have been like Koa over, like the same way you were saying Bryce needs to stay and Tori needs to go against Jared. That's the same thing I would have been thinking. Like Koa needs to come down and we need to send X against Andre in this double. I also just think that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the vets would have saved Koa, but I think if the rookies really wanted to, they could have flipped it and saved Koa. But I don't know. The only person I don't know where they would vote, genuinely, the vets, is Zay. I don't know which way he would have voted, but I think Cam, I think like all the other vets would have definitely saved Big X. I just think he's way more connected. Like he just played 18 with them. Like like you said, Koa, like you're still finding your footing in caucus, where Xavier is established. Like he knows who his people are, and he's shown it and they've shown it, and I don't think they would have. I think the way the season's going, what Cam and Jordan and Rhea say goes, and Cam would have been pushing for X to come down, and he would have come down.
But you tried.
100%. I don't think it would have been a clear sweep. I just don't know if you would have had the numbers specifically against X. Ashley said, I do get what you're saying, but agree with Dre. With another nomination, they are then more affected by his or her advantage, correct?
Yeah.
Ashley, hop on here, girl.
Yeah, Ashley, if you want the link, let us know. Zay was scared of the mayor stay down. That had me cackling. And the way Zay was like this in the confessional, and then it pans to May actually doing that, giving him the stare. She gave no fuck.
That was my husband. That's my husband. Okay?
Also funny as hell when Ashley gets saved and hugs May, and May does not hug her back.
Yo,
I was pissed. Like I remember, like watching this episode back, I remember I was angry, but I didn't remember like how pissed I was. It was like an out of body experience.
So we end up getting okay. So now at this point, Koa, Andre, May, and Madison are going into elimination. And right before the elimination is announced, Kevin's like, oh, by the way, we have 2 more people coming in. Everyone's looking around. All of a sudden, Nadia and Clay come out of nowhere and are coming to compete in this elimination. If they win this elimination, they will be entering the game. Andre, you looked gagged. Koa, you looked excited. May, you were pissed. Xavier, you looked happier than ever. So what was the reaction?
We know he was happy.
What was the reaction of you guys genuinely seeing them in their jerseys walking on the field? Did you guys have any inkling? Were you actually surprised? Tell me a little bit about that, and let's start with Andre, since you were making the most expressions.
Before they came out, I just wanted to say that Koa and I, when it was a double elimination and X brought himself down, we were trying to think of if it is a double, then who are we going to call out? We thought it might be a call out. We were throwing out different names, and eventually I think we ended up on Rookie X, because we thought that at that time it was going to be some way of a 3-way elimination. But once Kevin brought out the Revenants and Clay stepped out, I was genuinely just pissed because I don't know, like if you're gonna commit to a bit, and if you're saying there's no champs this season, just be with no champs. But I don't control the format. It is what it is. At that point, I knew that like either it was gonna be a 3-way elimination, or I had to like earn my way to, beat both Koa and Clay in order to stay in the game. And in my mindset, I was like, okay, whatever I have to do, I have to do. Because at this point, I don't want anyone to think that I'm a pussy at this point, because I'm willing to take on whoever I want to take on. And that was my mindset going into it. And especially with Clay coming out, I respect Clay as a champ. And I just also didn't want to see Clay in the game. And it was very weird to see almost all the vets who've lost to Clay get so excited. But that's neither here or there.
Okay. May, you were livid. What? Why?
I was actually in my, like, the first thing that came in my head, I was like, great. I'm not even, like, in my head, I was like, okay, when I go against Nadia, I was manifesting. I was like, when I go against Nadia, I'm not going to do shit. She's just going to get back in the house and she's going to beat all your asses like she did when she was a rookie. And then you can regret putting somebody in here. So I was about to, in my head, I was like, I'm going to throw this comp and you're all going to be fucked. Good luck. Have fun. Bye. Because I was just over being targeted again and again and again and again. And you caught that conversation with me and Nadia where she was like, no, like, give it a shot, give it a shot, give it a shot. So we'll see if that pans out. I mean, from where the episode left off, I'm up in my competition versus Madison. But that, I mean, Koa hit it on the head in his confessional where he's like, strategy, like, running is not strategic.
That
Like,
was
there's a lot of running.
She
It's not
eliminated.
strategy, it's mental.
It is. If you really think about, we'll touch base on that. But okay, Koa, reaction. Why are you happy to see Clay? Because you looked happy. Andre looked pissed and shocked. You were like clapping and smiling. Like, did you not realize you were gonna have to potentially go against Clay?
Yeah, but Clay's my friend. So like, okay, like I'm always going to root for my friends. I don't care. I get it. It's a game. But Clay was my friend. Like, and I was happy because I fucking called it and asked like a lot of the vets. I said, "There's no way." Look, I said, "Are you guys fucking retarded? Look around. Look who's here."
Koa.
I'm sorry. Look who's here. Look who's here. We have Joel. We have Nadia. We have Clay. We have Janice coming up. We have Mike coming up. I was like, these motherfuckers aren't coming up for nothing. I said, they're not coming up for nothing.
Whoa.
I said, let's be for real. I said, and so I kept making jokes to Joel. I kept making jokes to Clay. I said, oh, so when are you guys coming in? So when are you guys coming in? I kept making them jokes of like, when y'all coming in? So when they did come in, I was like, called it. Like, I was happy because I was like, I knew I called it. I knew my intuition wasn't wrong. Wait, why y'all everyone looking at me like I'm crazy? Did I say something?
Well,
No, we're lost in your wisdom.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you're fine.
but no, like, and plus, if I went against Clay, I get to go against like one of the greats. So hell yeah, like I'm happy. I love good competition.
Okay. Big X, you were probably the happiest person on the field.
Yeah.
Why were you so excited to see Nadia and Clay run out?
Well, first of all, I want to say I have a picture on my wall, literally number 1 of me and Nadia, day 1 of our rookie season, or night 0 of our rookie season. And then I have a picture of the court 8, like that we were sitting on the Oh
you
my
really gonna
gosh!
take us back to that conversation, Dre, by sharing that?
Wait a minute.
Bring him. Wait, hold on. Is he available? Bring him in here.
No,
Wait a damn
no.
No,
Who?
I truly want to hear
Who?
his point of view.
It's Jared. He's right there on your screen.
I've just never seen him be like involved. Okay, anyways.
Bring
I'm
his ass
very,
on. Bring that.
wait a minute.
Listen, I would love to have Jared on. If Jared wants to come on, he will get the link. He just has to give me the green light. But
Okay. So
Come on, bitch.
yeah. So see,
Well,
no. So
I want to
seeing
have an
them,
actual conversation.
yes. So
I'm not.
seeing them, I was just very excited, and also like you have to also think about it. Yes, did Clay beat me in elimination last season? Yes. However, in my mind, I also do think I could beat Clay in a final. I'll say it. I do. I also know that last season when we were in elimination, he gave me answers to the puzzle. He gave me with the elimination that he was in. helping me out because I was working with him. And so these are two people, they just won last season. I'm not saying they won't try their 100% like hardest to get their second win, but they're still going to have a little bit of, oh, like these people were my closest allies on the season I won. The least I can do is scratch their back a little. So of course I was rooting for them, and of course I was happy to see them. And yeah, so.
Okay. So we get the elimination started, and actually, sorry, rewind a little bit. Andre, you said stick to the bit. If there's no champions, there shouldn't be any champions. You didn't really like that they showed up. Let me just say, I think with the season being unfinished business, these two champions showing up, they should have been on the cast from the jump because they have unfinished business. Since they've won, all people have said is they didn't deserve their win.
Quitters,
Quitter this, quitter that. Like Nadia and Clay were getting dragged since the moment, even before they won, like from the moment the mini final happened last season. So the fact that Kevin even says, like, just because you're a champ doesn't mean you don't have unfinished business. Like sometimes you come up short, sometimes you have a weakness. Like I think people see champ, think, oh, they're a champ, not just specifically them, in general. Oh, these people are champs, they're untouchable. A champion does not make you title of the champ. No, but title of the champion does not make you untouchable. For a perfect example is Kevin. People think Kevin, a lot of people don't strike at Kevin and they think he's untouchable, but like realistically, Kevin lost like 3 finals before he actually won. Like, yeah, he got to the end, but he never was able to win. So kind of like to back what X is saying is, yeah, they might have won, but I personally think I could beat them. Perfect example, if I'm playing with Kevin, I don't think I could beat Kevin. So I'm not going to run with Kevin. But if X is confident enough to run against Clay and think whether he's won or not, I could beat him, then that's the confidence you need to have in the game. And that's just my opinion. I think everybody still has unfinished business unless you're like Kevin, who's made 5 finals and won 2, and
we'll see next week what happens. But I just, if they have unfinished business, that's fine. But I don't know.
Love you, Ashley.
I just finished crying, and there I go again. This damn game. So, all right. So the elimination starts, and it ends with Koa passing out. And we ended on a cliffhanger. I think during the live, I think Parker said perfectly, like, obviously the videos do not show how hot it actually was there. So
it was a heat wave.
Yeah, it was a heat wave. Let's start with that. And second of all, I want to address the whole strategy endurance type of elimination. This is how I view it. Correct me if I'm right or wrong, or like we can agree to disagree. But I think that I can't say too much without spoiling it, but the outcome of what happens, at least with one of the heats, it clearly is strategy, because you can be the fastest person there, but it's not about like being the fastest, because at the end of the day, you can run. I mean, you could walk that entire time and literally just block, right? It's strategy because you can be listening, you can be blocking. Like the fact that you guys decided to full on sprint, I don't think you guys were thinking the way, like watching it back, I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but like you could have walked, because what we don't see yet, sorry, Shorty's like asking to go outside. What we don't see yet is the fact of just because you're the fastest person, does it, like May, we see in the preview, everybody telling Madison what to do. May starts blocking Madison. So I just feel like it is more strategy. Yes, there's a hint of endurance, but I feel like everything has a little bit of endurance. Like I think it's just the fact that you guys all were running like crazy and it was a heat wave. I think it's way more strategy and social than even endurance, in my opinion. But I'll let you guys.
I will like to respectfully.
I'll be right back. You guys talk.
Okay.
But I gotta take my dog.
I will behave myself. But respectfully, let's talk about it. Because if I'm walking that shit and somebody like X, Andre, fucking even Zay can do 2 trips well, I can probably do one as I'm walking that. That's endurance. That's endurance. That he can get there quicker than I can if I'm walking the shit. When you say
I agree with you, Koa, and what else like sucks about it for the people that are already in the game is that whoever wins our first heat is already gassed and now going against a vet
who's well rested. Like, that's endurance.
They've been watching the whole time. They can see the strategy you've been using. Like, it's going up against like someone that has a treadmill on their side. Like, it's completely not.
And can we talk? Can we talk? And I was like, I didn't have this problem because I was yellow, but I know for May and Andre, your balls were 2 different colors. That shit.
I'll talk about my balls.
Oh, I love them. I want them in my mouth.
Respectfully, I'll decline. But I mean, that didn't bother me at all.
It bothered me. For me, it confused the fuck out of me.
Good.
Because I know, right? I'm over here, like, I'm just trying to figure it out. But, like, I don't know. For me, I feel like that was way more endurance because you're not going to walk. Like, you're not going to start off walking.
Yeah.
You're in an elimination.
Sure, as far as the 2 colors go, I'm pretty sure Madison and I switched colors the second round because it did bother her that one of them was like 2 different colors.
Yeah, because what happened was the Connect 4 thing broke as they were trying to set it up. So they had to do it on the floor and we couldn't slide the actual pieces in. So then they had to do the balls or whatever and use those as colors. But
I also want to talk about the edit where Andre has like a confessional where he's like, I'm confident that I can use my skills to do this, and it's a clip of him like dropping the ball as he's running away.
Andre got the skill.
But if those balls were heavy, my ass would probably try throwing them. But anyway, like, it's just that heat wave was no joke. And when you're in an elimination, you're already filled with adrenaline. Like, it's hot. We're not really drinking that much water, even though, like, we should be. But, like, there's no place to cool off. The house is hot. It doesn't have AC. There's no really fans. There's no cool breeze out. Like, we're dying and we're fighting for our lives. So all that mixed with the adrenaline, I was getting ready to gas the fuck out. I knew I was going down. Like, I knew I was going down the moment I like ran back, and then I think I ran forward and I just couldn't run in a straight line. And I knew, I was like, if once I drop this ball, I'm hitting the fucking floor. I said, I just need to make it to the grass, which is why I immediately got to the grass and said, nope, I'm down. And it was just heat exhaustion. I was exhausted. I was hot. I was wearing a compression shirt underneath. So my, like, everything was already really tight, which is why I started just taking off my fucking clothes. And then they wanted to pour cold water on me, and I started shaking like I had a goddamn demon inside of me. Like, who the fuck puts cold water on somebody who's fucking having heat exhaustion? Did you go? I was shaking like the Holy Ghost was going through me. Like, it was
what?
And I think it's the Lord.
I think Nurse Will knew exactly what you had to do.
But
you were under good care.
But I do want to talk about like me getting up and me like trying to continue, because preseason Nurse Will kept making the jokes of my elimination record. Who am I going to medically DQ this season? So it was like in my head, I'm like, he's looking for a reason to have his little 2 seconds of camera time and to DQ somebody. And I was like, it ain't gonna be me. And so I was like, get me the fuck up. I'm fine.
For Nurse Will, he's just there to help everyone.
Because preseason he kept saying and kept making jokes of who am I going to medically DQ? Who am I going to medically DQ? And I wasn't finding that shit funny. So when I'm on the floor, my head is automatically like, this motherfucker wants his 30 seconds of fame and wants to be.
He was just trying to get his highlight reel.
But that's where my head was at.
For rivals.
Yes.
That's where my head was at. So I was like, get the fuck away from me. Don't touch me. I'm fine.
Wanted you to feel better.
I will crawl if I have to. Let me crawl and finish this bitch. I'm not giving up.
Well, you're
Well,
alive, so good
yeah,
job.
you're
Nurse
here.
Will.
You're here.
Good job, Nurse Will. you
So,
lied.
okay, so yeah, that's how the episode ends. There's a lot of drama. We then see a sneak peek of next week's episode where the drama just continues. Like
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
lot that wasn't shown. Hopefully you guys get the answers to it next week. But I'm gonna ask one question and then you guys will have the floor. We could play a game, whatever. But
let's play a game.
who do we think told Jared that Koa said his name, and why do we think that? And Koa, you said you think it's Steven. So let's go with Big X. Who do you think leaked the information?
I have two answers. Number one is Steven, because that makes sense. And number two, if it wasn't Steven, he low-key might have just said it.
You made it up.
Yeah, and then was just like, oh well, I'm not gonna tell you. Me personally, if I have an ally and they're telling me information and I'm confronting someone and the person I'm confronting is like, who said it? I'm gonna be like, my bitch. And if my ally gets mad at that, well, like I personally would not. No, I stand by that 100%. If you're my ally and somebody's apparently wanting me out and I confront the person and you get mad at me that I confronted the person, it's like, yo, I don't know. That's just my gameplay. I know a lot of people are different, but for me, I will never say a piece of information and then when that gets revealed that I said the information, I'm like, "Oh, well, why would you say I said it?" No, I said it. That's how I am. But that's just my game. So yeah, that's my answer.
Andre?
I think what X said to a T, I think it was either Steven or Jared made it up at that point because no one was, like X said, like no one was owning it either. And it feels like if at that point, just own up. And if you betrayed X, just stand by it 10 toes down as well.
May?
Being like I could care less. And the entire time that this was happening, I was running off into the woods. So like that didn't even know what was happening when I was there. I could care less now. But in my head, it just makes sense for Jared to be like, yeah, somebody told me that. Like he just like made up this memory in his head of just like a random hearing it from a random person, but he can't think of who it is.
But like, gee, I really wish like he could come on live and like clear it up.
He won't because he's a fucking pussy ass.
Oh,
Well, probably that
Much
type of conversation
Much
is
ice.
why he doesn't feel comfortable coming on here. Like I'm mad at him too, but I want to have like a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Koa, take a shot.
Of water.
I did not answer the question.
All
I
right.
didn't hear
So we're gonna wrap this episode up, but before we do, we're gonna make it a little tradition to say who we think is not who we think, who our favorite player was of the episode and who our least favorite was. We're not gonna we can't go with redacted. You guys actually have to say names and you can't say yourselves. So Koa, who was your favorite to watch and who is your least favorite at the moment?
Who is my favorite person to watch? I would have to say my good sister in the top right corner. I love Big X. I love watching, I just love watching him spiral. I love watching girl, you got a different side of me. Let's be real. But I love watching Big X play, and I love watching his confessionals. My least favorite. I feel like that's so hard because my least favorite is that low IQ.
Oh my gosh.
But a piece of fucking furniture talks like a boring ass Republican every time he's on the fucking screen. Fucking Jared. I hate you. If you have no haters, it is because I am fucking dead. Do you understand this? And I know your bitch ass is watching this. Fuck you. You'll understand The viewers will understand exactly why I'm saying fuck you next episode, but fuck you to the day I fucking die. And I pray to God that I play another game with you somewhere down the line, because I will come for you any way, shape, or form. I hope you have fucking nightmares about me, bitch.
Great, thank you, Koa. That was the wonderful answer.
Who you want? You want Nurse Will, or you want Jared for Rivals? Who you
Jared. Jared, so I can flop. Jared, so I can be the first one in a fucking elimination and sit there. Give me a pole wrestle. Give me something. I will sit there. Or I will try my best, get to the finish line, and fucking sit there. Won't even cross that bitch. I will lose all this fucking weight just to train, just to make it to a final, just to get right to the end and fucking sit there. I'm going to do what Sarah Rice should have fucking done to Johnny Bananas.
Oh. Okay, thank you, Koa. Andre, who is your favorite and least favorite at the moment?
I would say my favorite to watch has been Lachey so far. I think she keeps it real in the confessionals. I think she's super well integrated as well in terms of the game, and she just keeps it real. That's my girl. Love Lachey. And least favorite to watch. Probably, I mean, I think everyone's going to say Jared, but I'll give a different answer. I think, I don't know, Madison hasn't really been giving much. So
No, I'm my girl Madison. I love her. Love me some Madison.
I mean, he's entitled to his opinion.
I know.
Like, damn. Jared there.
Okay.
That's how you really feel.
Big X.
My favorite is definitely May. There was just something about I think I commented on her post where I was like, this is the moment I realized like I made a friend for life. Like me popping off on Jared and she's just right next to me and she's just like, yup. Yup. Like when you turned it into a meme and it was like me and my best friend supporting me, like that in the moment, I looked at her and I was like, damn, if I didn't make a promise to Madison, I would have saved May. I just knew who she was as soon as like May. I'm not even gonna go there. And then my least favorite is Jared. I'm not gonna pop off like Koa because quite frankly, I don't take the game personal. What I do take personal is that I feel like there's been zero like anytime I play LRGs, even when like there's like fights or betrayal, I feel like after the game, it's always like, okay, let's get to know each other now. Okay, let's vibe. I feel like I don't get that from Jared at all. And no matter what happens this season, I feel like I don't have that connection with him. And it's kind of like sour. And I see all these people who talk highly of him, and I'm just like, I feel like me and a lot of the majority of people that I talk to on this cast, like they don't have like he's like gone. Like he doesn't advertise, he doesn't text in the chat, he doesn't.
Why?
And okay, moving on. I just it's I don't hate him. I just don't like it. It makes me kind of sad that like a lot of people agree with me that he doesn't really like try. And maybe I'm not his cup of tea, and that's fine, but it bothers me a bit. And I'm just a very social person that I like to at least make friends with people, and I feel like there's been a block on that. So yeah.
Okay. And May?
I like to answer this question as if like watching it from a third party perspective, like who I enjoyed and who I think is playing the best game from a viewer perspective. And for me, with this episode, female wise, it has to be between Lachey and T. I think they both set themselves up very well within the vets in different ways. And they're mastering it, they're taking it, they're rolling with it. Lachey hasn't touched a single elimination. She hasn't been nominated at all yet. T was, and she would have been pulled down if I didn't play an advantage. And as a rookie, that's a really impressive thing to do. I'm very impressed with both of those girls.
Yes.
I would say least favorite as a viewer standpoint and nothing personal is going to be Jared. And I'm going to explain that because he stood in that unit and like talked his piece, but then when it was time for him to have that conversation with multiple other people, he didn't have a response. He didn't have a rebuttal. He didn't have like he didn't stand on business. He just kind of stood there and took it. And I don't know. Like I wish I got something more from him as a person and as a viewer, but I don't think he deserves some of the hate that he got here tonight. Like as a person, I'm sure like I don't know him personally, but I'm sure he's a good person. I just wanted more from him as a player.
All right. Well, that wraps up our recap for episode 2. Things are only getting started. We have a potential medevac, potential champions coming into the game next episode, and a lot to reveal with all the drama going on, potentially getting those answers. So before we head out, I just want to know from you guys what the viewers should expect moving forward in the season, and we're gonna call it a night. So we'll start off with Andre.
Expect more chaos next episode. Expect some big arguments. Expect spicy elimination. Expect all the things. Expect rookies going to bat for one another. Rookies not going to bat one another. Expect vets going after vets. Expect vets not going after vets. Expect vets not going after rookies. All the things. Just expect everything. And you'll be in for a good show.
Okay. Koa.
Ashley.
Love you, Ashley.
Love you, Ashley. I would say this. It's like opening up a good old bottle of Coca-Cola and dropping an entire pack of Mentos up in that bitch and watching that bitch explode. Because when I tell you the chaos that it ensued within about 10 minutes, it is that Mr. Krabs meme where he's like, because something is happening all over that church camp, baby. I'm telling you, we're going to take y'all viewers to church. It is Sunday, and we are taking y'all to church.
What church?
Baby, those crosses, I'm pretty sure Jesus went back up on that cross just to look down on us and be like, what is y'all asses doing? Like, what is y'all doing to my church camp? I know that pastor is somewhere out there rebuking and putting holy water all up and down that field because, baby, we sinned. Sins happened in that basement. Sins happened. We were sinning, baby. We were like that, sinning sinners.
Well, me and May weren't, but I can't speak for you three.
Okay. I didn't even
when I see you again.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I got you.
Can I ask Andre a kisser?
No,
can I ask Andre a question?
No.
Andre,
no. Koa, keep your mouth shut.
Somebody mute Koa.
Yo, some of you are about to lose your contracts. Like you're
not my NDA.
Koa's gonna get the Camilla.
Literally.
Can someone give me a golf cart?
X, I got something for that ass.
Oh, look at me. Okay, and then where were we? I'm sorry. Who was?
Koa was doing his 30-minute ramble.
I'm good. Thank you. That's
okay.
This is chaos.
Big X. What should we expect?
You should expect just more me being myself, more me being bold. I have been a super fan of reality TV literally since I was like 4 years old. So I may be the youngest here, but just know that I still came here to play. I still came here to compete. I don't know if y'all remember from season 18, a champ like personally like gave me a crown and like personally wrote me like a message like welcoming me to the Dream Media family. I have that on my wall. So I just like these games do mean a lot to me. And I just I'm just very lucky to have this opportunity, very lucky to be competing. And I don't take any invitation lightly. Like if I get trusted enough to be invited, I'm going to bring what it takes. With that being said, next episode is amazing, like top cinema. Only Dre Media can do it. DMP back on top. I'm so thank you to Dre personally for everything that you've done for us. And yeah, definitely stay tuned. It's a really good season.
And last but of course not least, the star of the season, May. What should we expect?
At least for me, this next episode, you should expect me continuing to work smarter and not harder. Shout out to my bestie Steven giving me all the answers. But as far as from this season, I'm gonna go the opposite of what all of the guys say, and I'm gonna say expect the unexpected. I'm a big brother girly at heart, and I think that phrase hits here perfectly to a T. Because just when you think you know what's gonna happen, you don't. So it's a great season. Tons of crash outs. This was just, the first introduction to crashing out. But it's a great season and stay tuned.
Yes, for sure. Like they all said, stay tuned. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you to all the viewers and supporters that were chatting with us, asking questions, and everybody that has been tuning into the season. We love you guys so much. It wouldn't be possible without any of you guys. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for Sunday episodes every night Sunday episodes at 6 p.m. Every night would be crazy. And I promise you guys, you won't regret it. A lot of things are going to be answered next week, and I look forward to seeing who's right here and who's wrong, and if Jared clears his name or if it was all a lie. So again, see you guys next week, and hit that subscribe button. Have a good night, guys.
Bye,
Smash
guys.
that like button.
Okay.